Previously on Untitled Ambition Season 2, Codename Iota officially challenged Lady Violet to a one-on-one sparring match in the depths of the labyrinth before they could progress, in which Violet wholeheartedly accepted. It's been a long time since our dear beloved princess finally got her hands dirty and fought strong opponents, and swordsmen to say the least. Neither side pulled any punches and refused to hold back. They pulled all the stops, each side giving the other their very best. It really was like finding a mirror image of one another, like a perfect synchronicity. It was like both sides knew exactly what the other would do before they even do it. Could you say choreography at play? I don't know. Well, it couldn't be because, this is their first time meeting each other, and one of them did say it was a moveset clone, so yeah. It's almost like finding a mirror image of yourself, pretty much. If that's anything to go by. I mean, I don't think anybody can actually do that when it comes to real life. But yeah, it's like neither side could defeat the other. However, Violet decided to level up at the very last moment and refused to let the clone outdo the original.
I must say, you're every bit as strong as the rumors say you are. I figured you'd be a worthy opponent. But, you're far stronger than I imagined.
Well, in all honesty, you're no pushover either. Your movements are exactly as I fought during the Esteban tournament. However, looking back, a lot has changed since that time. I kept training under the high chances of facing stronger foes than the hero slayers. This fight alone proves my point. You are indeed a worthy opponent, Iota. Thank you for the match. It's always good to see another sister in arms.
Sister in arms, Your Highness. That means so much to be acknowledged by you. I clearly have a bit more training to do, if I ever hope to defeat you in a match. I hereby concede our match and declare Lady Violet the winner of this floor.
Thank you so much, Iota. Let's meet again under better circumstances.
Likewise, I look forward to fighting alongside you. Here's my call button. Use it whenever you need my assistance in these floors.
Yes. This will certainly make things much easier for us. Thanks again.
Meanwhile,
I assume from the fanfare, Lady Violet emerged victorious against Iota. We should be able to leave this floor soon.
Thank goodness. Iota was definitely stronger than the other Vanguard on this floor. I guess she isn't called the Eclipse Maiden for no reason.
Sorry to keep you both waiting. I just needed to tie up a few loose ends. Are we all set?
Of course. However, I can only imagine what the next floor boss will be like.
It's all right. Whatever it is, we'll be able to handle it. Now, let's get going.
And so, with newfound determination, Lady Violet left that floor with a new sense of belonging, and a constant reminder for her to always strive to get better as the days progress. That's why they were able to take on many dungeon bosses and clear the floors as they continue to progress to the next boss floor, which, in all honesty, Commander Beta was not too happy about when she found out the news about Lady Violet and the rest of the others defeating the infamous 4 Valkyries of the Vanguard.
immediately afterwards, this happened.
Oh, boy. The commander is definitely not going to like this.
Ah yes, Omicron. I was awaiting an update on those 3 players. So, how long did it take for Iota to put the kibosh on those 3?
It was quite the contrary result, Commander. 3 of the 4 Valkyries were defeated effortlessly by Scarlet, while Iota surrendered.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid we must be having some bad communication issues with our phones. Could you say that one more time?
No, Commander. You heard correctly. The 4 Valkyries were definitely defeated by those players. Iota not only surrendered, but also gave Violet her call button.
My goodness! What the actual fudge is wrong with these defective machines? When all this is over, many Vanguard members will be dismantled. Sigma, Lambda, Iota especially. We're not here to make friends with criminals. This is supposed to be a staged elimination designed for entertainment. I knew there was a reason Sam left those prototypes deactivated.
Whoa. Commander, please. Calm down. What else can we do now?
There's no longer a we, Omicron. I have to deal with those 3 in the most sinister way I know how. You just simply monitor and await further orders from me, understand?
Yes, Commander. It shall be done.
Great! Now that that's settled, I need to cut this short and make another phone call. See you soon, Omicron.
Another phone call later.
Commander, I usually don't get phone calls from you. It must be something dire.
My, aren't you a sharp one? But that's besides the point. I'd like you to do us a massive favor by becoming the penultimate floor boss for Side A of the Labyrinth while I head out to Side B.
This is a very late-chummed request. I don't know.
I completely understand, Codename Sai. However, there's a massive consolation prize for doing this. Instead of 1, you'll be sent 4 new toys for you to play with until your heart's content. You've been so patient throughout these games, I figure you deserve a reward.
Commander, that's overly generous of you. With that offer, I believe my schedule has just opened up. I'll be heading to Side A as soon as possible.
That's great to hear, Codename Sai. You're the only one I can count on now. Don't let me down.
Yes, Commander. It shall be done.
Yes, I can't wait to punish those 3 rats in the most sinister way I know how. I'm going to make it hurt.
One could only imagine what she had in store for those 3 players.
Leave it to Commander Beta to make things harder for the group on Side A. We don't even know anything about her even existence, and yet she's sicking a creepy clown kid on us, having us marked as his 4 brand new toys for him to play once we make it down to his boss level floor. When he says play with us, I can only imagine what kind of things he's into. Things we probably more likely do not like. But I digress. Side B makes it to the next boss floor, and this what happens.
I must say, the rooms keep getting stranger and stranger as we explore deeper into the labyrinth. You just never know who or what you'll come across.
At this point, very few things can surprise me in this place. If a dinosaur or space alien decided to pop up out of nowhere, I'd completely expect it.
As plausible as that sounds, this floor boss has to be something worse than the 4 Valkyries. It leaves very little to the imagination.
What's going on? Did we trip a wire or something?
Far worse. You've kindled the wrath of Avalon itself upon you. It's over, little rats. Your time has come. This very floor will be your burial site.
My goodness. This Vanguard member looks very angry. Who is she?
Why, of all the nerve. After all this time, none of you know who I am. Such scathing individuals you are.
At that moment,
Gamma, please, try to relax. Of course they won't know who you are. This is their first time meeting you after all.
Yeah, I guess. I suppose that would make sense.
Wait. I remember you. You're from that day. Simon called you codename Beta.
Hold on. It's Commander Beta now, love. After your side rendered our dearly departed commander powerless, it was time for another commander to rise in the ranks, yours truly. But sadly, you humans clearly don't understand the amount of suffering you caused the Vanguard, thanks to your defiance. This poor woman here was Simon's personal assistant, who deeply loved her creator. Now look at her.
Look, we apologize for the loss. But, don't change the subject. If I remember correctly, you were the one who sneaked from behind and force-choked me. I've got a personal bone to pick with you.
Whatever. That was ages ago. Get over it. You all interfered with our mission, so I did what was necessary. I'd love to stick around and listen to your meaningless sob stories, but I'm afraid we're a bit short on time for that. So, do you have any final remarks before Codename Gamma eliminates you three? I feel bad for not hearing your final thoughts on life.
Just one thing, actually. Codename Gamma, was it? Is there anything we can say to convince you that we're not your master's killer?
No. Absolutely not. I've trained myself exactly for this day, this moment. It's my personal vow to avenge Simon no matter what.
I completely understand. Which is why I must immediately give you this.
What? No, that can't be. I thought that was destroyed during the explosion.
Scarlet then gives Gamma Simon's mechacore for the latter to discover the truth for herself.
At that moment, Commander Beta knew that the jig was up. Gamma wind back the time on Simon's mechacore and saw for her very eyes who was truly responsible for her former master's death. The truth was quite shocking to Gamma.
No, Simon. This makes no sense. After all this time, it's so clear now. The true culprit is you, Beta. Explain yourself.
Well, the cat's out of the bag. The charade was fun while it lasted.
You command electricity? How can this be?
Whoa, that's deadly firepower. Look out, everyone.
Great! Now that I have your attention, I bet you're wondering how it all came to this. This new power mine is a byproduct of True Excalibur's blessed power. I'm Beta, Lightning Princess of Avalon. Behold my splendor.
Forget that. Why did you kill Simon? He trusted you as one of his faithful wards. Your betrayal is completely senseless.
Simple. Your beloved creator was rendered unfit to lead the Vanguard the moment his mechanical functions were rendered neutralized. I was another step closer to achieving my goal.
And what, pray tell, is your goal exactly?
Simple. To rule by Her Majesty's side with the highest rank obtainable.
My goodness. Beta was the true culprit behind Simon's death. Does she know this is all being filmed throughout Avalon?
Yes, you heard me, Avalon. I dispose of a lying, cheating fraud who trampled over others to climb the ladder. You all should be thanking me.
What's to thank? You're a twisted, delusional sociopath who has broken so many protocols within the Vanguard. As an upholder of said protocols, you are hereby scheduled for immediate dismantling.
Am I now?
Gah.
I can't believe you, Gamma. You're such an ungrateful child. Simon never cared about or reciprocated your feelings toward him. He was too busy eyeballing the Queen to notice. Yet here I am, leveling you up by making you a Vanguard member, and this is the thanks I get?
You'll never get away with this.
Oh, I believe I already have. It's you who will be dismantled once I'm done with these rats. My victory is practically guaranteed.
It was at this moment, Commander Beta unleashed a giant barrage of lightning bolts and plasma electricity throughout the entire boss floor, keeping all her opponents at bay, even her former partner Gamma. Everybody was at loss at the sudden insanity emerging from Commander Beta. It was absurd.
What's wrong, little rats? Afraid of a little shock to the system? I just love seeing my prey squirm before dying. It's mildly enjoyable, to say the least.
This girl is insufferable. We can't get anywhere near her. That's one broken power.
You wish it was yours, don't you? I know all about your fast little power tricks, Your Highness. I have a question. Can you initiate your time match before these electric bolts reach you?
Whoa. You're insane. What's wrong with you?
I thought not. It seems I have the perfect counter against your power, Lady Violet. Looks like you're not as powerful as you want people to think you are.
Meanwhile, in the background.
Just a little further.
Suddenly, the room opens up to a beaming void directly behind codename Beta.
No! Gamma, what have you done? Ah!
It was at that moment Commander Beta met an ironic end at the hands of the very model that she tried to dismantle. She was thrust to meet the same fate that so many prototypes and other previous Vanguard members were forced and subject to. You can imagine the sad, ironic twist that awaited her in her final moments.